What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 2 of the Divide Podcast. I'm back with Zeke, and we have got 3 absolutely phenomenal topics to talk about this week, boys. I don't know if I have any great personal story to lead with this week. I got to be honest. Do you have anything good?
No, pretty boring week, honestly.
Yeah. I will tell you this. So I leave work slightly early, 30 minutes tops, okay, which I'm allowed to do. Let's not get it twisted. And I kid you not, bro. I get to the house, get in the bed, ready for a little napski. My son's asleep, so that normally doesn't happen. I'm in the bed maybe 5 minutes. I get a phone call from work. and they're like, "Are you still at work?" And I was like, I just left. Scouts honor. I just left. And they're like, "Yeah, okay, well, we've got a crisis we need handled." I was like, I mean, I can come back if you need me to, but that'd be that overtime. I don't know if you want that. And they said, "You know what? We'll figure it out." All in all, not that big of a deal. Situation was handled. It was really like somebody just needed to know where a piece of equipment was. They didn't physically need me. They just needed my knowledge. But I thought for sure, I was like, uh-oh. Here we go.
Listen, let's call the man with all the knowledge.
That's it. So where's he at? Bring him to us. We got to talk to him in person.
That's how I used to be on the weekends. If you knock your stuff out, and sometimes I would be at home by my pool already, and someone would be like, we need someone to go pick up this patient in room so-and-so. And I'm like,
couldn't be me, boys. I mean,
y'all got this handled, or
he'd be like, it sucks to be somebody that's not me. Oh goodness. Oh man. All right.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Dude, for sure. Dude, getting right into the gaming stuff. Huge weekend for gaming, bro. The Black Ops 6 beta weekend that I've physically not got to touch, bro. Not a singular game. But I've been keeping up with Twitter, keeping up with some clips and stuff. It looks okay, but you know how that goes. So how many games have you got to play? Not a lot, right? Uno?
One.
One. Yeah, okay.
Uno.
Of the one game, how did it go?
Game.
Skill-based matchmaking hadn't kicked in at that point. So how do you feel like it was going?
No shot. I mean, there were one or two guys that were just doing 360s. I mean, diving through the air. And I'm like, I can't even track this fast. Like, what is happening?
I've seen some of these clips, man. It's crazy. Like, and a part of me wonders, like, these kids are doing like when people used to put their sensitivity up to 10 back on like Modern Warfare 2, and they jump off a high rise and do like a billion degree YY no scope. Like, kids are doing the most to accomplish absolutely nothing. And a part of me wonders, like, is that what's happening here? Are people doing this Beyblade spin technique, this Tasmanian devil spin technique, just to get absolutely shotgun blasted? Like, is it actually? I think they're doing too much. I think it's effective. What I'm seeing seems to be too much.
It's effective and confusing the heck out of me. Yeah, I know that much. I don't know how to act when a human Beyblade is like flying around the corner with a sniper in his hand. It's like, I'm like, you got me. I don't know.
It's like they've not even taken a shot at me yet, and they're just over here doing all this crazy kung fu spin and stuff. I'm like, hey, I'm done, bro. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and back out to the lobby. Oh man, I seen one clip where this person was laying prone, but somehow like full hot dog rolling, like over and over in place. And I was like, what is going on here, boys?
Well, it is absolutely insane to see someone dive off an elevated surface and like roll hot dog style before they even hit the ground, and then just piece you in the head.
It's crazy. Dude, people barrel roll in every which direction.
No, for sure. I mean, it did feel pretty smooth. I didn't play a whole lot of Cold War multiplayer, but what little I did play, it almost kind of reminded me of just the weapon style a little bit, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I may get roasted for that because honestly, COD multiplayers have kind of made me mad for a while, so I haven't played a whole lot. But I don't know. I mean, it was fun. I played one game. It was late, and I was like, I don't want to go to bed angry, so I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow and see how it goes.
No, for sure. I'm gonna try to get some hands-on time with it before the beta's over.
Yeah.
One big thing I did see though, and this was big, and I've actually got some information on this. They changed how aim assist works in this game. Now, aim assist is like an absolutely put your fist up type of fighting words as soon as someone mentions it, right? It's like such a division. It's a dividing topic per the name of the podcast, right? It truly is. And me being on mouse and keyboard and you playing on controller, what better two individuals to be the authority on this topic, right?
I mean, I would say so.
So
Maybe.
So what they were saying before, they're used to, and tell me about this because I didn't mess with it a whole lot. Either in Cold War or one of the previous CODs, there were aim assist types that you could change. I don't know if it made it stronger or weaker. Do you know anything about that? Can you talk on that?
I remembered having the types. I honestly don't know that I ever messed around with it. I think I picked the first one and kind of rolled with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I do remember there being some different types. I'm interested to see.
Right. I remember that too. Maybe 4 different types. And I don't know if some were stronger. And if people were just like, you got to put it to the strongest setting to compete with these mouse and keyboard chumps. We got to get in here, boys. So I can't remember exactly what they were. But coming into Black Ops 6, they've taken it out. They have removed
the different types.
Yes, they're not doing types in Black Ops 6. And per one of the devs at one of the devs, they wanted it to be an even playing field. Their words, okay? And they said that the aim assist type was actually removed in response to some of the feedback that they had gotten from players, which is interesting. And from what I'm gathering here, from what I've been able to gather on Twitter and stuff, it seems like a lot of people are pretty happy with how the beta's been handled. Outside of like. So I think one of the big complaints I've seen is like spawn rates and stuff. Like people don't like spawn positions and spawn rates, and that's kind of like the biggest gripe. So as far as aim assist goes, people are always going to complain about it. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah,
people are going to complain about it. I think it is better that they're making it one singular aim assist across the board. I thought the types almost made it to where like. People are going to try to find the best, even if there's not a best one. You know what I mean? Like people are going to be like, give me the strongest aim assist. That's what I want.
I mean, even just trying to look up just what the types were on Cold War, the only results I was getting was best aim assist type setup on Cold War. And I'm like, I don't care. I just want to know what the types are. Can you tell me about that? Or
that's not important. You don't even know about the others. This is it. This is the one.
Listen, I got what you need, boy.
But,
I mean, in my limited experience with one game, what I did, I don't think aiming was a problem. It seemed fine to me outside of the Beyblades spinning all over the place. That's a little tough to lock onto, but I think that's with or without aim assist. There were definitely a couple times though that the spawn rate and like the locations were, one of those where you spawn, take 2 steps and just get domed. So, I'm sure they're still tweaking a lot of that, but definitely for a little period there when everyone was spread out, it was like spawn and die until you get a spawn that isn't really close to anybody. But again, that's limited experience. I played one game, so take that with a grain of salt.
For sure. I'll tell you what I have seen, dude. And I'm so glad they decided to do this. So a couple months back, I guess, they announced the human shield feature. Okay? And then everyone in the comments was like, please, God, add prox chat to the person you have as a shield. Bro, worst mistake Treyarch made adding this in there. Because this absolute sus interactions I've seen with people, bro, has been crazy. Right before we started this, I saw a clip where this guy comes up behind him. He's like, what do you know, bro? He said, what's going on, bro? He said, that's not the Glocky you feel on your back. I said, hey, yo, what's going on?
My pistol. Dude, that's what... take him over to the wall, and then you're like, oh my god.
Dude, it's
what are we doing, boys?
It's crazy.
Dude, I think it's hilarious, the fact that you can talk to them when you catch them like that. I think that's kind of wild.
Oh, dude, it's great content. Like I've seen people come up behind people. He's like, "Well, you know about it, white chocolate." I said, "Oh God!" Like imagine, dude, you're focused up, fighting everyone in front of you, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just like can't use your weapon. And then you hear somebody just right in this ear, because it can hear you, I'm sure. They're just like, "Where you going, little boy?" I mean, I'd panic, bro. I would absolutely freak out.
Someone's breathing down your neck.
Dude,
yeah.
Every single clip I've seen, people are begging, like, "Bro, let me go, please, bro, please let me go." Dude, listen, dude. When we play the beta, I need you to do me a favor. Absolutely take us both out. Do not subject me to any type of verbal slay. I can't handle it, man.
Just off me. Let me respawn and then get pieced because there's someone already in our spawn. Yeah, it feels like a lot. I don't know how much Gears of War you ever played, but it feels like the same mechanic as taking a meat shield in Gears of War. Just how you absolutely just grab somebody, just snatch them up.
I forgot you could even do that, but dude, the prox chat feature makes it insane.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's a wild move, but honestly, I think it's already making some good content.
Dude, yeah, for sure. It's great.
Hilarious.
Dude, yeah, it's great. Oh man. But yeah, dude, the clips I've seen are just crazy. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I have something I was gonna say and I can't remember it now about the human shields. Oh goodness. But anyway, yeah. It's crazy, dude. I do think it's gonna make for some great content for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we have any interactions tonight if we play.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I can't wait.
How that goes.
Oh, man. But, I mean, so the overall consensus of what I've seen, mostly, I think people are pretty happy with it. I've seen a lot of... Now, and granted, this is bigger creators on the Twitter saying, this COD's back. This is going to be great. And I'm sure a lot of those creators are on the payroll, are going to try to make money, are going to try to, build the audience off the game. That's what they do. But a lot of people are like, it feels good. It feels smooth. A few tweaks like the spawn rates. Adding a couple different game modes. I know people are definitely wanting that. It just seems like overall people are pretty happy with it.
I mean, I have no complaints right off the bat. Interested to see how it plays, and I'm honestly interested to see how this game's version of skill-based matchmaking goes.
I did see this. I saw that people were like, "Yo, this is the best skill-based matchmaking has felt in forever." Day 1 of the beta. It's just like day 3 or 4 of the beta. People are like, "I take it back. Skill-based matchmaking is in it." And then Charlie Intel, one of the bigger guys who tweets out about COD all the time, he had said, like, "Listen, guys, skill-based matchmaking has been in Call of Duty for at least 4 years. It has been addressed by everyone under the sun, including Activision. It's not going anywhere. Like, we're going to have to get over it," is basically what his tweet was saying. And I agree. Like, that's where we're at. It's not going back to the good old days. You know what I mean? Like, something obviously works about skill-based matchmaking. And that's like Activision's keeping it in. Whether it appeals more to the casual player, whether the whole, if you buy a skin, you get put in easier lobbies thing works. I don't know if that's a real thing, but something's going good and Activision wants to keep it that way.
I mean, obviously, like, at least the majority of people are content with it. Otherwise, I feel like they would have to make some bigger changes. But I guess we'll see how it goes.
For sure. But no, on the flip side of that, so Black Ops 6 had a great beta weekend, seems like. On the exact opposite of the spectrum, Star Wars Outlaws has been more of a flop than I thought it would have been. Not based off like player numbers, but of the absolute disappointment. And I'm not going to say I told you so, but when it comes to Ubisoft, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to bet something's going to go wrong, bro. So, I don't know if you know this, but you could have paid for early access to play Star Wars Outlaws. I'm not sure what date that was. I think the full game might have released on the 30th, or maybe early access started the 30th. One of the two. It was like $100 addition to get the premium access, okay? People hopped in, they were playing. Come to find out, there was some type of bad update on the PlayStation 5, and Ubisoft says, bad news, boys. we're going to have to wipe your saves. So these people paid $100 for the gold edition of the game to play early in a single player game for Ubisoft to come around and be like, hey, bad news, boys. I'm glad you got to enjoy that for a few days. Let's run it back. We starting over. I mean, dude, I would be livid, bro. Like, absolutely livid. Like, yeah, you still got to experience the game a little bit early. But, I mean, I hate the fact that beta is even reset. You know what I mean? Like, and you get nothing from it. Oh, it's great. Oh, but wait. To make up for it, this is probably the worst part of this. Ubisoft should have just not given anybody anything, and I think they would have been happier. They gave them an in-game trinket, which is like a spaceship decoration. Okay, no actual effect to the gameplay, and 100 Ubisoft credits, which you can use to spend on in-game things or get this 20% off your next Ubisoft purchase. Yeah, enticing, right? People absolutely love it. They said these rewards goated. Not a single person was stoked about that, dude. I don't know. I don't want any Ubisoft credits. Like, I've not used Ubisoft credits since I was back on the 360 buying a special outfit in Assassin's Creed 2. Okay, like, no one's using Ubisoft credits, and the 20% off a future title that could also end up this way is not a great deal.
How much is 100 Ubisoft credits anyway? What's that translate to real dollars?
Dude, I don't know. So if it's 100 Ubisoft,
like $2,
it can't be much, dude. Like, truthfully, it might be at most $10. So doing that math, boys, more than $100 on the gold edition. Oh, here's $10 back and an in-game item. I don't think that math's mathing, but it's crazy. Like, people are talking about losing 15 hours of progress, and then people are saying, like, this could have just been like a patch. Like, why couldn't they just hot patched it in?
Wonder if they have the intern from CrowdStrike that shut the whole world down. I wonder if I hired him for
they did. It's his second guy's gig, and he's like, all right.
He's like,
my man cannot get a job anywhere. He's done. Like this person right here, I'm 20 hours in with 3 maxed out experts and max affinity. This makes me just want to pack it in. And I gotta be honest, 20 hours into a game with a lot of stuff maxed out, and they're like, hey, yo, start over. That would suck, bro. In a single player type of game, like, I think with multiplayer it would be a little bit different because the experience is different. This is 20 hours of content that you've already been through, and you're going to have to drudge through again.
Of you just grinding by yourself, like.
Oh yeah, of story content you've already seen, and a lot of that, granted, is probably exploring, but still, I mean, like, exploring for the first time, you're like, oh, this is great. Seeing it for the second time, I mean, this is all right, I guess.
It becomes just a chore because then you're like, I know where this stuff is. Yeah. Now I just have to trek and do all the same stuff again just to go get it for something I've already done.
Yeah, dude, it takes the wonder away from it for sure.
It is interesting. Right before we got on here, I saw some dude on the X had posted a video of the caption was, these games are 14 years apart, and it was like one of the by Ubisoft. It was one of the original Assassin's Creed games, and all the video showed was Assassin's Creed. You walk up to a little body of water, jump in, your guy just starts swimming, right? You swim all over the place. Mm-hmm. And then it showed cut to the Star Wars game, and you jump in the water, dead immediately.
No way. Not the classic, like, I can't swim, I'm drowning thing. No, dude.
They sink like a lead, like a brick of lead.
Oh my God, like back in the like old school Halo back in the day, just in the water, you're done.
Oh, just yeah.
Dude, let me pull this up. So here is some Star Wars Outlaws, like, screenshots from their review. I'm assuming this is like pretty close to final release. And granted, this is going to be a little splotchy because, you know, it's them just posting it. It's not looking great to me, personally. You know what I mean? Like, again, these aren't the best high definition footage or anything, but like, this just doesn't look. This doesn't look good to me. Like this, I don't know. And maybe I'm being too picky here. Like this? Like what is going on over here?
Yeah.
These buttons are literally like
what is that?
these buttons are literally hexagonal, bro. Do you see this? Like I can see the voxels.
What are those?
Dude, that's what I mean. Like the hair, I mean, it's just not. And again, maybe the scale of this game makes up for all that. I don't know that to be true, but maybe it does. I just, and a lot of people were complaining. I see a lot of people were mad that like the trailer, how good the trailer looked and how good the character design looked in the trailer. And then like, you get to the game and it's just like, see, like this doesn't look bad. This doesn't look bad at all.
Yeah.
Like this is nice. And then we come to this. I'm not really sure what's going on here. All these split ends and whatnot.
Huh. I wonder if people are comparing to the last Star Wars game I played was Jedi Survivor. And it's been a little bit, but I love that game. I thought that game was awesome.
And this is like what I've seen so far is like it's kind of buggy in certain areas, which like I get it. It's a fresh release. It's going to be buggy. But
I mean, look at that rock.
Wow, that's a nice rock. But it's like they were trying to do a stealth mission and they done a stealth takedown, and then just for some reason while they were doing the stealth takedown, their character just hovers in front of every single other enemy in that area to get their attention, and then back to where they originally were, and then like there goes stealth because then everyone's now shooting at you. Crazy stuff like that, man. What is happening here? Shoulder punch.
That's not great.
No, dude. Like this just. So this is this the portal cube? Nah, man. I mean, just and again, like things are gonna change. Obviously, space kind of looks okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't have high hopes for Ubisoft 9 times out of 10, and this just kind of went by how I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah.
Oh man. But hey, what can you do? It's a Ubisoft game. I think if you're a Star Wars fan, you're probably still going to enjoy it, despite all the shortcomings of what early access has done. And the big thing, and somebody brought this up in my chat the other day, they're like, why are we even pre-ordering games? You know, like, and a lot of people were saying it's cultivating a culture of allowing the developer to be lazy, of allowing developers to release games that are unfinished. And then us being like, oh yeah, it's like we're beta testing it. Yeah. But we're paying for a finished product that's not. And it's different if you're like early access or alpha access, like some of the Game Pass games have, right? Like Ark was in early access for forever. It needed to be. But regardless, like outside of pre-orders and getting to play the game early, like, you know, it's making developers lazy is a consensus some people in chat have told me about. Like, what do you feel like that's? Do you feel like that's true?
I would definitely agree with that. I mean, I remember back in the day when the pre-order was useful because you got to stand in line at GameStop at midnight and get your game before all your buddies did. You know?
Yeah, dude. Like
that was back when the game had to be done because they're giving you a disc, my boy.
Yeah, there's only so many of these physical copies, my boy. Yeah, but like I was talking to chat the other day. I've got a Halo Reach statue because of my pre-order bonus, and I love it, bro. Like I gladly would pay for that again. Back in the day, pre-orders meant something. And now it just seems like they're doing it as an excuse to release an unfinished product. And sometimes it goes as far to completely have to wipe your progress, which I think it does support the narrative that pre-orders are making devs lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's Ubisoft. I've got negative feelings towards Ubisoft anyway, because this is a bit of a tangent, but Skull and Bones, dude. I wanted the Skull and Bones game to be so good because against impossible odds, Ubisoft made Assassin's Creed Black Flag, arguably one of the best games of all time, the best pirate game of all time. I mean, truly a phenomenal game. And I was like, finally, they're bringing that aspect to multiplayer. And then they go and make I don't even know what to call it. Shipping Simulator 2024 or like Christopher Columbus 2024. Like it's like you get off the ship just to walk around a hub world, and then the rest of it is you trying to get close enough to islands to get some materials, and then hope another person doesn't come and shoot you 100 times to steal your stuff. Like it was another disappointment. Anyway, I'm just saying, I think big game devs have gotten lazy, and I think we've kind of let them because of all the pre-order stuff. You know what I mean? I think we're holding on to like we're wishful. It's going to be fine, and it never is. You know?
I mean, they got your money already.
Why do they need to fix it? They've got your money. That's it.
Yeah, I do remember. I did not buy that game because of your first week of playing. What you were saying about it, I was like, yeah, no shot,
dude. No, and I wanted it to be good. I went in trying so hard for it to be good, and I was like, maybe if I get far enough, it'll be okay. It wasn't. And now I got an email just the other day. They're like, play Skull and Bones right now, free weekend, plus 75% off coupon at the end of it. And I was like, yeah, no, keep it. I don't want it.
Hold on to that.
It's got to be one of Ubisoft's biggest flops.
I'll tell you what. Let's just shift gears here for a second. Get off the soapboxes. Just a little mini game here for you.
I'm excited, bro.
Well, don't be too excited. I came up with this today, so we'll see how it goes. So pretty much, I'm going to give you the name of a gun that's from Fallout 76. Okay. And you're going to tell me, is this a real Fallout 76 gun, or is this one that your boy came up with in his own mind?
Okay.
I've got a little bit of a description with each of them, just so you know, kind of level the playing field.
Okay.
So you say real or fake, all right?
Okay.
Let's see. Let's start with the Alien Disintegrator. It's an energy rifle.
It's so on the nose that it could very much be a Fallout 76 weapon. But it's also, I feel like you have more creativity than that. I gotta be honest. So I'm gonna say it's real. I'm gonna say that is in Fallout 76.
All right, 1 for 1. That is a real Fallout 76 gun.
The Alien Disintegrator?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's a mid-range energy rifle.
Dude, I would have been so disappointed if that's what you're coded with. Like, if that was a you thing, I'd have said go back to the drawing board, bro.
We need to run this back.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
All right. Next one, we got the Commie Whacker. Straight up, it's just a melee weapon.
Oh, God. I'm going to say it's fake. I think you made that up.
The Commie Whacker is a real Fallout 76 melee weapon. Dude. It's pretty much just a handle with a big like cylinder on the end of it.
Oh my God. I should know better. The commies, bro. Oh, man.
All right. How about the Cream Catcher? The Cream Catcher is a mid-ranged weapon that sprays acidic foam.
That's got to be fake.
No, that's fake. That's fake.
My man's got, put you on the payroll, bro. Because the Cream Catcher is and that goes incredibly hard. They got to get you on the temp team, man.
Give me on there. How about Skoozle's Doozle? Unique range weapon you pick up after defeating Dr. Skoozle.
Dr. Skoozle? I've played Fallout 76. I've played it all the way to the end. I didn't do any of the DLC.
I was going to say, have you played all of Fallout 76?
I was about to say, not one time do I remember grabbing and using Dr. Skoozle's noozle, bro.
Skoozle's Doozle.
Oh, Doozle, my bad. I'm going to say it's real. It's a DLC weapon.
That is false. That is a fake weapon.
You had me, bro. You got me convinced. I said, I don't know who this nefarious Dr. Skoozle is, bro, but we've got to get him.
You never fought Dr. Skoozle?
Oh, dude.
All right, you want a couple more?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's run a couple more.
All right. How about the Thirst Zapper? It is a squirt gun in the shape of the Nuka-Cola bottle.
I think that's fake, only because I want it to be so real.
Well, you'll be happy to know that is a real gun in Fallout 76. It has infinite ammo. It's pretty much just a squirt gun. I don't know how much damage it does.
Was that from Nuka? They done a Nuka World DLC. I bet that's where that's from.
I bet that is.
Dude,
yeah, I think it was
that's
DLC.
crazy. I bet that's so fun to use.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh my god.
All right, two more. Let's see if you can go 2 for 2.
Okay.
How about the Fickled Fire? Pistol that has percentage chance to fire higher damage rounds at random intervals.
I'm gonna say it's fake.
That's fake.
Oh, dude, big on you. That was a great description, bro. That almost got me. I was like, my man doing some math now. Okay.
All right. Last one. Can you get it? Doctor's Orders. It's pretty much just a unique hunting rifle with night vision.
I think this is real.
That is real.
Okay, I don't know if I've used it, but Doctor's Orders sounds like something they put in there. Oh, dude, that was sick, bro.
That's pretty much it.
Dude.
The other ones we didn't go over. 2 more real weapons were the Shish Kebab in Fallout 76 and the Pepper Shaker, which is a rotary barrel machine shotgun. And then I had one more fake one for you, the Spaghetti Shooter, mid-ranged beam type weapon.
I love how you wrote the scriptures for this. Dude, so IGN has video game 20 questions. We have got real or fake, and I love it. The Snoozle Spaghetti Launcher, boys. Get ready for
Snoozle, baby.
Snoozles. Oh, that's insane. No, dude, I love that. That's got to be your running segment for sure. How much have you seen on the FaZe Clan drama in the past week, bro? Have you seen any of this?
I'll be honest. I had maybe seen 1 or 2 things before you texted me, and I kind of looked into it a little bit more. So I feel like I have a better idea. But yeah, some wild stuff,
dude, for sure. So let me kind of like set the scene here. So FaZe Clan recently, well, within this year, hired back FaZe Banks as the co-owner. His first order of business, no joke. I think as soon as he became co-owner again, he tweeted out, "You're all fired. Like it's done. Yep. Cleaned house." Bold move. Yep. Bold move by the boy. So anyway, fast forward now. He's got a few creators. I'm not really familiar with a lot of them. They had a huge subathon planned for the whole month of September. So in their content creator house, they were going to have somebody from FaZe Clan streaming every single hour of the day for the whole month of September.
Yeah, they apparently were putting a bunch of money into having like camera angles everywhere, right? Like,
yes, it was going to be
the whole shebang.
Yes, it was going to be like a top tier production. So let me look this up here. Okay, here we go. So FaZe Banks tweeted that he's been flushing money into the new crib and for content concepts, figuring out that the stuff to come would be worth the investment. So a couple of kids in the content house were in a prank war. Okay, I think the prank war went too far. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I think there was like a major party that got shut down. And then I think the house almost got flooded. Like something crazy happened, major damage to the house. So the homeowner evicts the clan. There's like, you got to leave. And honestly, like, I think rightfully so. If you're doing massive amounts of damage to a house and you signed a lease on this, you can't just be busting holes in walls and flooding floors. You know what I mean?
And I saw Banks's little voice memo he did when it was announced getting evicted, and apparently they were in hot water before this latest like prank war happened, which is speculation of that's why that was kind of the last straw of getting evicted. So maybe I think it might have been maybe the party or something.
Yeah, I think
what
so.
This prank war was about. And I mean, dude, it was the point they were just like throwing water and flour all over the place, like throwing a mattress off the balcony into the pool, obviously being loud all the time. I mean, and this is, dude, the home that they're renting is probably like I would venture to say, I don't even know how much. I mean, millions of dollars.
Yeah.
This home. They probably pay like $800,000 a month to rent this place, apparently.
That's
So yeah, I would
that's
be pretty
crazy,
upset if I
dude.
was the homeowner and getting online and seeing flour and water and protein powder being thrown all over the place. And
Oh, dude, for sure. And like, I think FaZe was mad at the kids before. I'm gonna call them the kids because he refers to them as the kids. I think FaZe was mad at the kids before because like they were just throwing entire stream setups in the pool and destroying them, like thousands of dollars worth of stream setups, just destroying stuff, just being reckless. And it's just uncalled for, right? Whatever. It just call it immaturity, call it doing it for the content. I get it. There's got to be a fine line there. Here's a question that I'm asking myself, and maybe this is ignorance on my part. Your FaZe clan, you just cleaned house and fired everybody. You were public, right? Or maybe the company's still public, like people can buy stocks or shares in FaZe. I don't know. Maybe that changed once Banks took back over. Why are we not in a house bought entirely by FaZe Clan? Why are we leasing a home when we're FaZe Clan making a content house? And I get it. You want to have the big lavish lifestyle stuff going on for a content creator house. But if we're going to be doing crazy stuff like this, you think you're going to shell out the money to get, your own property where you can do whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about your lease. I mean, for what they're probably paying for this house, they could definitely get a nice home, I would have to think.
Oh,
on a mortgage,
I would assume, yeah, for sure. Especially with all the money they're pulling. What I don't understand, I mean, unless it's about location, but you're making content in the house. So what's location matter at that point? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That just kind of surprised me. I was like, why is FaZe leasing a house to begin with? Like, why do they have even the opportunity to be evicted?
And I mean, the whole prank war, like you said, maybe it's immaturity or whatever. There's never going to be an end to it because no one is going to be the responsible one to say, okay, we're even, let's call it a day. Like, it's always going to be, whether you're even or not, if you're the last one to get got, you're gonna be like, all right, well, what am I gonna do now? And it's just gonna progressively get worse, which seems to be what happened there. No one was just putting up the flag and saying, all right, this is enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of got out of control.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy. I don't know. I guess it's just confusing me about the money situation on how much they had and sinking a lot of money into. And I know like production costs a lot for sure. I guess I just didn't have the realistic expectation of what FaZe was actually bringing in money wise. So they're still doing the subathon. To the best of my knowledge, they just released another trailer about the subathon. Apparently, they have a house back in New York. Okay, and they released a trailer. It is a sick trailer because there's a streamer, again, I don't know his name. He's sitting there. He's like, I got a huge announcement. Then a bunch of people just kind of pop out of different crevices and holes in the room, and then out of nowhere they come in with like an armored truck, backs into the back wall of the building, tears down the back wall. FaZe Banks jumps out of it, and he's just taking a sledgehammer, just busting the house down. So everybody like gets axes, crowbars, whatever, tearing the house down, and then somebody I guess asked him like, well, what do we do now? And he's like, something along the lines of, we tore it all down, let's build something new. And at the end of this, he's drinking out of a G Fuel shaker cup. So with him saying that he was seriously burnt after they got evicted from the house, spent all the money, and said they've got nothing left. Like he even went on here and like had done a voice message, I think, that literally says need help with house. Like they've got nothing. Let's say FaZe, it's rock bottom. I think they still want to do this subathon now more than ever. They've got to recoup this money. This subathon's got to go crazy in September. And on top of that, I think they needed a big sponsor. And the big sponsor, I think, is G Fuel. I think G Fuel is coming in to help them with the house, to help them do whatever they need to, kind of like a duo type of thing, not just FaZe footing all the bill. Which I think is a huge benefit, because this was already going to be a huge event before anybody else stepped in, and now G Fuel's coming in to kind of help out with that. I don't know if there was any price for breaking the lease and getting evicted that they had to pay out. I would assume there was something.
From what I understood, they had signed a year lease, and maybe I want to, and I don't quote me on this. I'm just paraphrasing here on what I think I saw Bank say, but I feel like they might have prepaid a lot of it for their year lease. So either way, they either had a year lease signed and they prepaid for it, or they're signed for that lease up until a certain date. So yeah, I don't know if they prepaid, do you lose that money? If you didn't, do you still pay if you're getting evicted? I don't know how that'll work out.
And that's what I kind of thought. So I was ignorant, and I thought the subathon was scheduled after they got evicted from the house. I said, wow, they got to get the bag, and they got to get the bag quick. But it was already pre-planned. But it does make more sense now. They're like, we got to bring in a big partner. We got to make this even better because we need to literally recoup a lot of this money, which is big. Like, I think, and I'm going to say it. I'm going to stand on business right here, bro. I think great content comes out of desperation. I think when you've got to get that bread, homie, when you're at the tip,
the bills got to be paid.
That's what I'm saying. When you've got the title, you're not hungry, bro. They are at the bottom with nothing left. They are literally hungry. They are fighting to still remain an org. I think that, and whether that's like, this could be all fake. This could be all a show, just to make like the whole, just to build, like, everybody loves an underdog story. They've got nothing left. We've got the whole month of September to rebuild it. That's a good marketing strategy in my book. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Truthfully, regardless of if it's planned or not, I'm excited to see how this goes. I hope it blows up for him. I think it'll do phenomenal because, like I said, dude, I mean, it is sick to be like that every one of them's hungry, bro. Fighting for the right to be in the org and to fund the org. They gotta be, literally, and spiritually, dream chasing wise, they're hungry.
Yeah. It's funny you say the marketing, because I did see a lot of people are calling BS and saying, oh, this is all fake. They're not getting evicted. This is just kind of to get some exposure. I don't know. You know what people say online.
Yeah, man, I don't know. But regardless, like, I mean, I think it's still going to be a huge event for sure, especially with G Fuel involved now. Like, I think now they've got a partner named to it. I think they'll be able to make a pretty big deal out of it. And hopefully when they get the next house, they'll buy it out. like moving forward, let's buy the houses. Yeah, for sure, dude. I think we really summed up what happened last week pretty well. You know?
Yeah.
Black Ops 6 beta, we're going to try some of that out. Star Wars Outlaws being a flop, nobody's surprised there. And then FaZe Clan drama, I didn't know we were going to talk about that until like today. Thank you guys so much for checking out the podcast. We sincerely appreciate it. We'll be back next week with another podcast. You guys have a phenomenal week, and we'll see you then.